Thank you, Madam President. My good friend from Los Angeles eloquently articulated some very important points about the state delegating the authority for referendum petitions to local governments. And the citizens in those respective municipalities have delegated their authority to those elected officials, but reserve the right to overrule legislative acts by those municipalities. In fact, when I was first elected to the Temecula City Council, one of the very first issues that I had to deal with was the city of Temecula giving a very large incentive, a cash incentive to a large big box retailer, which I thought was ludicrous on our last best big piece of commercial property. The council voted affirmatively to give the incentive, and it was through the initiative process that I was a part of that ultimately got not 10%, but 20% of the elected or the 10% of the population registered voters to say this is not acceptable, and gave the city council choices to either withdraw the incentive or to put it to a public vote. So since when is it a good idea to take away the rights of voters to weigh in on how their local cities are run? Even worse, when is it a good idea for those of us in the legislature to tell local governments how they have to run their cities or their counties? I certainly took exception to it when I was in Riverside County Board of Supervisors and the Temecula City Council. AB 890 is an attempt to stop these pesky voters from telling their city councils what they think. The arguments in favor of AB 890 are pretty amusing. One, CEQA's review process is undermined by the initiative process, really. Since when is it a better idea to let bureaucrats and lawyers tell our constituents what is best for them? Two, proponents also suggest that it's a bad thing that voter-approved initiatives don't need to go through the CEQA process. Really, CEQA is a legal process using lawyers and lobbyists. Isn't it better for everybody to have everybody in a local city or county who will be impacted to just have their say on the proposed projects at the ballot box instead of having to hire expensive CEQA lawyers? When is this body going to learn that it's not bad to have voters weigh in on decisions affecting their local communities? We've already voted to strip the recall away from the voters to protect a single member of this body. Now we're going to strip away the initiative away from the voters to protect special interest CEQA lawyers and radical anti-growthers who want to stop development. Enough is enough, my friends. Let's finally trust the voters to make the right call. Please vote no on AB 890.